sexual assault of a 14-year-old girl who went missing from her home in Spring Valley.
She was found inside a barracks with the Marine on base last month. CBS 8's David Gottfriedson spoke with a military law attorney to find out what happens next.
Well, it sounds like they're charging him with a sexual assault offense, which is a serious offense.
The charges were announced late this afternoon against a Camp Pendleton Marine who was found on June 28th with a 14-year-old girl inside his barracks on base. The girl had been missing for 2 weeks before she was found. I asked military attorney Gary Barthel about the charges.
Sexual assault charge, given the nature of that allegation, it's going to go to a preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing officer will hear all the evidence presented by the government and the defense, and then that preliminary hearing officer will make a recommendation as to whether or not the allegation should go forward with regard to a general court-martial or some other administrative or disciplinary action be taken.
The Marine also has been charged with violating a liberty restriction from a prior unrelated case.
The breaking liberty, it sounds to me like he may have had some other administrative disciplinary action taken against him previously that would have restricted his ability to go on liberty. And it sounds like they're charging him with violating that order.
Earlier this week, the family of the alleged victim held a news conference saying the girl had been sex trafficked and calling for charges to be filed. A report in military.com said the girl met the Marine on the dating app Tinder and that she pretended to be age 22.
That's always the defense, that he believed that she was, or led him to believe that she was of age. So that is a potential defense that could be made.
The Marine still has not been named. A preliminary hearing is set for Thursday at Camp Pendleton.
If he's found not guilty, then, obviously there'll be no punishment. But if he is found guilty, he's looking at potential confinement. He's looking at a dishonorable discharge.
David Gottfriedson, CBS 8.
She was raped by a Marine at Camp Pendleton. His identity is still unknown.
Casaundra Perez and her family want answers about a U.S. Marine who was found on Camp Pendleton with their 14-year-old niece. The girl had been missing for more than 2 weeks when she was located inside a barracks on June 28th.
We don't know what's going on. They have not provided anything.
The girl's aunt spoke at a news conference Monday, along with the founder of Community X, to bring awareness to the case.
The family is saying that they believe their relative was trafficked, potentially purchased, and then ended up in the Pendleton barracks.
The girl went missing on June 10th from her home in Spring Valley, where she lives with her grandmother. On June 28th, an unidentified Marine was taken into custody for questioning, but no charges were filed. A report in the news outlet military.com said the teenager met the Marine on the dating app Tinder and that she pretended to be age 22. The girl's aunt says there's no mistaking her niece for an adult.
There's no doubt about it. She looks like a child. There's not even, if she puts makeup on, she does not look like an adult. She's not even like the size of an adult. Like, it's very, very obvious she is a child.
NCIS emailed me a statement saying, quote, "The investigation into this matter remains active and ongoing. No charges have been filed at this time. Out of respect for the investigative process, NCIS will not comment further. Any potential crime that happened off base would be under the jurisdiction of the Sheriff's Department or the California DOJ. The family believes the girl may have been sex trafficked before she was taken onto Camp Pendleton."
The sex trafficking group involved in this case is separate and distinct from Camp Pendleton and the Marine, and there has been no investigation into that side of this case at all whatsoever.
The Sheriff's Department would not comment, saying it's an ongoing investigation, but a spokesperson said the Department of Justice has a task force looking into criminal charges in this matter. In Golden Hill, David Gottfredson, CBS 8.
Thanks, David. The family is calling for a protective order prohibiting the Marine from contacting the teenager, but those types of orders typically only happen after charges are filed.